according to an article by Kari Putnam, a freelance writer for Rochester Business Journal. Between 2023 and 2045, $84 trillion in assets will be handed down from baby boomers to their heirs or charities, according to market research firm Cerulli and Associates. The Rochester Business Journal asked 4 leaders in the wealth management space how they've readied their firms and their clients for what's been dubbed the Great Wealth Transfer. Heather Goodbody, CEPA, Senior Vice President and Private Wealth Advisor at Goodbody and Associates Merrill Private Wealth, views the Great Wealth Transfer not so much as a watershed moment, but an extended period of sharing of knowledge for all parties involved. The dialogue that I've had with clients for my entire career has always been about preparation, Goodbody said. Preparation not only for the next generation in terms of what their financial responsibilities may be and their social responsibility from a philanthropic perspective, but also preparation for the matriarch and patriarch. This preparation for baby boomer clients, born between 1946 and 1964, includes when and how to have conversations with their millennial, born between 1981 and 1996, and Generation X, born between 1965 and 1980, heirs about wealth transfer and preparation for the heirs on how to manage these new sums of wealth. One of the things our firm excels at is providing bootcamp opportunities for our next generation clients, Goodbody said. These bootcamp opportunities can be 3 to 4 days long in various cities across the U.S., and we're able to bring in a group of young next-generation clients who are looking to be responsible with their family wealth in the future. These retreats are sometimes done with a single family and other times larger groups. In addition, Goodbody and her team also enjoy getting to know their clients' children and grandchildren from an early age and providing foundational financial education when they are pre-teens and teens. Lori Van Dusen, Chima, and founder and CEO of Pittsburgh-based LVW Advisors, says another key factor for firms to keep in mind with the Great Wealth Transfer is the importance of technology-based tools to the younger generations. If you're not going towards a digital experience, you're not going to engage that younger generation, said Van Dusen, who notes it's not only about offering the technology tools younger clients typically prefer, like texting and apps, but going a step further and providing digital content and a cadence of communication that is relevant and helpful. Van Dusen also places great value on what she calls a next-generation team, financial advisors within the firm who are closer in age to clients' children and grandchildren. This age matching helps heirs establish their own relationships within the firm with professionals who most likely have more relatable experiences. When you've accumulated wealth that's outlasted you, your advisory team should be multi-generational too, Van Dusen said. Learning what's important to heirs and meeting them where they're at is so important. The average age for financial advisors in the United States is 57, according to a 2022 study by J.D. Power, which puts them in the baby boom generation. Van Dusen also stresses the importance of getting to know heirs when they're younger so they can learn basic financial planning to help them steward their family's wealth. But is it really just that simple? The Great Wealth Transfer is based on the assumption that all things will remain equal and that boomers will simply live, earn, save, die, and show us the money. This isn't the first time a generation has expected to receive a large inheritance and things didn't go as smoothly as expected. Let's take a look at another article that explores the reality of wealth, age, and inheritance. Let's listen to a short story found in an article by Ann C. Logue for Business Insider. When my husband's grandmother turned 87, our family realized it was time for us to take over her affairs. Grandma Sue was ailing and recently widowed, so we decided that it was best for her to turn over her finances. Between retirement savings and the proceeds from the sale of her house, she had about $250,000 in assets at the time. She told my husband that he would inherit all of it. On the face of it, Grandma Sue's generosity seemed like it would be a huge financial help for our family since the money was just about enough to pay off our mortgage. But my husband wasn't banking on a windfall. Grandma Sue was able to cover the cost of assisted living with the income she was receiving from Social Security and the income on her savings. But after 6 years, she needed round-the-clock care and eventually was moved into a nursing home. The transition was tough and the nursing home wasn't cheap, but it was necessary to keep her comfortable. Eventually, Grandma Sue dipped into her principal to keep up with the bills, and after 8 years, she had gone through the majority of her assets. At that point, she qualified for Medicaid, which covered the cost of her care. But that left my husband's inheritance at about $2,000, the maximum amount of assets you could have at the time to go on Medicaid. When she died, Grandma Sue left the most common form of inheritance, called an accidental bequest, which is simply the money left over when someone dies. An intended bequest, by contrast, is one that is dedicated to the heirs and set aside from funds used to support daily living, often through a trust account or life insurance policy. The article goes on to say, "It's important to note that while the total assets held by boomers is a lot, most of that is held by a small number of people. Many of the nation's wealthiest individuals, such as the billionaires Michael Bloomberg, Warren Buffett, Larry Ellison, and Bill Gates, are in this demographic, and their wealth isn't about to trickle down to everyone." The median net worth of people between the ages of 65 and 74 was $266,400 as of 2019, according to Federal Reserve data, not much higher than the average net worth for other age demographics. So, while boomers have an extraordinary amount of money that could be passed to the next generation, if your family isn't wealthy, chances are you will not be receiving a life-changing amount of money. Stay tuned to this channel for more noteworthy news.